Hey guys, how are you? Just because we've had to stay at home these past couple of months doesn't mean we aren't short of things to do. And I don't know about you, but I feel like I'm busier now more than ever. And sometimes it really helps to de-stress with a delicious cocktail. So today, I'll be helping you get started on your bartending journey. From the basics of mixology to what you need exactly to get your own home bar started. We'll be learning all that and more here at the Premium Mix. Before we make our first cocktail today, it's important to know exactly what our special ingredient is all about. GSM Premium Gin is a blend of botanical extracts and juniper berries, splashed with a tang of delectable citrus. And what's the best way to enjoy your gin? You can enjoy your gin tonics with a balloon glass. The balloon glass allows the flavors of your gin to really come out. And it's perfect for a nightcap after a long shift at home. This cocktail is super easy to make, but what's really important is what you put in the drink. Of course, GSM Premium Gin is the best main ingredient to use. Aside from that, here's what you'll be needing. 45 mils of gin, juice of a lime wedge, cucumber peels and a lime wheel, and tonic water. For the tools, you'll be needing a bar spoon, balloon glass, peeler, knife, and a jigger. Now that we've got that out of the way, I usually put my tonic water in the fridge to chill it. You don't want to be pouring warm tonic water on your drink because it's just going to dilute your cocktail. And I also put my balloon glass in the fridge. But if you're a little bit impatient, and don't worry, I get it, you could just stir it manually with ice. Other tools that you might encounter while setting up your own home bar is tongs, which is a tool used to pick up and carry ingredients such as ice and fruit. So a little trick for stirring, you just want to get your bar spoon or your metal straw or chopstick if you don't have a bar spoon. It works just fine as well. You would want to put it right after your ice and ever so slightly touch the glass. And then you want to stir in a circular motion. You'll get the hang of it after a while. When I first started bartending, it took me a while to get this, but then gradually you'll be faster. Also, you want to use your ring finger and your thumb to stabilize the glass. So once that's started, you're going to want to strain the excess water. You can keep the ice in the glass. So now you want to add your GSM Premium Gin. I'm measuring my gin with my jigger, which is shaped like an hourglass, and it is used to make sure that the right amounts of liquid are added to every cocktail. A good alternative to this are measuring spoons. Afterwards, you're going to want to roll your lime. This will really release the flavor and the juices, so by the time we cut it open, it's pretty easy to squeeze. Make sure to remove the seeds because nobody wants none of that in your cocktail. And then you want to squeeze this lime wedge inside your cocktail. And then just drop it in. So now you grab your tonic water and just pour that into your cocktail. You don't want to fill up this glass too much to the top. Give it a quick pump with your bar spoon, just to mix that lime and the gin and the tonic like a party, you know? And then you grab your cucumber peel. If you don't have a cocktail pick, you could just drop the cucumber in your cocktail. So you just pop it in, and there you have it. Your gin tonic with GSM Premium Gin. Simple, easy, and best of all, so good. You can make it in the comfort of your own home. I'm Tabitha Rice, and I'll see you next time here at the Premium Mix. Making drinks is a huge part of what I do for a living. At home, I love being my own customer because I enjoy geeking out on all of the ingredients that I can use to concoct the perfect drink. So, having a good base like GSM Premium Gin is essential. We'll be learning all that and more here at the Premium Mix. Now that we have to stay indoors, we want to bring the outside world experience safely home. For first-time home bar owners, you just need a couple of spirits to help you make simpler to more complex cocktails. Speaking of spirits, let's talk about the differences of non-alcoholic beverages and alcoholic beverages. Non-alcoholic beverages are stimulating drinks like coffee or tea, nourishing drinks like milk or natural juices, and refreshing beverages like our soft drinks, tonic water, soda. You get the point. The types of alcoholic beverages are your wines, beers, whiskey, rum, vodka, tequila, and gin. Let's talk about gin specifically. The name of the beverage comes from the French name for the juniper berry, Ginebra, shortened by the English to gin. Produced by a number of different methods, but always with juniper as the predominant taste. Today, we'll be making a delicious classic cocktail with a very interesting history behind it. Back in the 1920s, calling something the bee's knees means to call it the best. It's also a fun bit of wordplay because for this recipe, we're going to be using some honey syrup. Here's what you'll be needing for the cocktail: 60 ml of gin, 25 ml of lemon juice, 25 ml of honey syrup, and just a bit of creme de violette. Garnish it with flowers. Today, I'm using Sampaguita flowers. As for the tools, we'll be needing a martini glass, a shaker, a hawthorn strainer, a fine mesh strainer, and a peeler. First, what you want to do is you want to put all of your ingredients in a cocktail shaker. In my version of the bee's knees, which I like to call le YY, I use creme de violette or violet bitters. This will really enhance the floral notes of the bee's knees. Another alternative is elderflower syrup, but these are just options. For honey syrup, you want to mix 1 part water and 2 parts honey. We have a lot of locally made honey here in the Philippines, so I encourage you to try them out. Don't be afraid to experiment a little. It's a really fun thing to do at home, to just mix and match different taste profiles. So now we're going to be adding our GSM Premium Gin. 60 ml of this, 25 ml of our honey syrup, and 25 ml of our lemon juice. And now, all you gotta do is add your ice and shake. Something to note is that if your cocktail includes sugar, syrup, or lime, you have to shake. When you're shaking your cocktail, you're diluting and cooling the drink. You want to shake it for about 15 seconds until it's completely cool. We're going to be using a martini glass for the bee's knees. So you grab that and grab your strainer. You can also use a fine mesh strainer if you're not really comfortable with tiny bits of ice on your drink. Pour. And since I'm making my version of the bee's knees, I'm going to add a tiny bit of creme de violette, about 5 ml. The reason I called this cocktail the YY is because I drew inspiration from the legend of the Sampaguita. The Sampaguita flower is something uniquely Filipino. So I like to use it on my cocktail to garnish and for that added aroma. If you decided to make the classic bee's knees without the creme de violette, I suggest you garnish with a lemon twist to really bring out that citrus flavor. And there you have it, guys, your floral bee's knees or the liwayway, made with GSM Premium Gin. I'm Tabitha Rice, your bartender next door, and I'll see you next time only here at the Premium Mix. Have you started on your at-home cocktail making and can't wait to push forward with your cocktail making skills? I can totally relate. That's how I got into bartending. Lucky for you, I've got a few tricks up my sleeve that will really help you elevate your drinking experience. We'll learn all that and more here at the Premium Mix. If you're interested in the craft, here are some tips on what to do and what to avoid whenever you're bartending. First is to always make friends. Try to remember what that person's favorite drink is. It really matters. Being knowledgeable helps. Knowing about the ingredients and its different flavor profiles is a great conversation starter. As for the things that you should avoid, first is that you should avoid drinking while you're at the bar. And I learned that the hard way. Lastly, don't be afraid to make recommendations. It really pays to keep an open mind. For today's treats, we'll be making not one, but 2 cocktails to level up your inuman experience. Our first recipe is a wine gin sour. Here's what you'll need to make one of your own. 45 ml of gin, 30 ml of simple syrup, 30 ml of lemon juice, 25 ml of red wine, 1 egg white, and for our garnish, we'll be using grapes and a lemon peel. As for the tools, we'll be needing a shaker, a jigger, a hawthorn strainer, a fine mesh strainer, and a Collins glass. For this cocktail, you grab your shaker and combine your GSM Premium Gin, your lemon juice, your simple syrup, and lastly, your egg whites. And then we shake. You may be wondering why I'm not putting any ice in my shaker. This is called a dry shake, meaning to shake with no ice. The purpose of this is to create that foamy texture from the egg. And now it's time to shake with ice. So now you want to shake for about 15 seconds till it's all good. Once that's all done, I double strain my cocktails that has egg in it so that I could get that smooth finish. And then you grab your bar spoon and your red wine. You want to put that bar spoon right in the middle of your glass and slowly trickle this red wine to create that ombre effect. Now it's time to garnish our cocktail. I've got some grapes here, and then I have my lemon twist, and there you have it, your red wine gin sour. For our next cocktail, it's also pretty easy on the eye. It's called the Pink Lady. Here's what you'll be needing to make this cocktail: 45 ml of gin, 15 ml of lemon juice, 15 ml of Primera Light Brandy, 2 dashes of grenadine, a maraschino cherry, and an egg white. And as for the tools, we'll be needing a shaker, a jigger, a hawthorn strainer, a fine mesh strainer, and a coupe glass. For this cocktail, grab your shaker and combine all of your ingredients, which are your GSM Premium Gin, your brandy, your lemon juice, your 2 dashes of grenadine, and lastly, your egg whites. All right, it's time to dry shake. Now it's time to add our ice into our shaker. And shake. Next, you want to grab your chilled coupe glass and then double strain your cocktail. And to top it all off, you want to garnish your cocktail with a maraschino cherry. And there you have it, guys. Your Pink Lady and your red wine gin sour, both made with love and GSM Premium Gin. And with that, you're ready to impress your friends in your next inuman. It'll be a while before we can all socialize with our friends again in person. But enjoying a drink during a video call, that's a pretty close second, especially if your drink is this good. I hope you guys learned a thing or two. I'm Tabitha Rice, and I'll see you next time, only here at the Premium Mix.